Hi everyone and welcome to today's Expert Edge Masterclass presented by Shine.com. I'm Shubhangi and I'll be your host for this exciting session. We are thrilled to have Hitesh Motwani with us, a renowned trainer in generative AI and digital transformation. He has empowered over 2 lakh professionals worldwide working with leading organizations like Twitter and Tata Group and has taught at 7 IIMs. His vast expertise and experience make him the perfect expert to guide us today. Thank you for joining us, sir. How are you feeling about the session?
Yeah, excited to be over here, all good, and I'm looking forward to some fantastic interaction with the participants over here.
Thank you, sir. That's great to hear. Let's get started with today's topic, the art of AI coding. Over to you, sir.
Sure, thank you so much. And hi, everybody, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. I hope all of you are doing pretty well. And in case you can hear me loud and clear, just give me a quick yes on chat box. I would love to have a very interactive session, and I would love all of you to kind of um, talk on the chat box because that's the only way I can hear you out. So please be interactive, okay? And I'm going to show you some live use cases, some live examples, so that you can actually take this to the next level. All right, let's actually begin.
Sure, sir.
So let me just share my screen. Let's understand, how to use AI for software developers, right? And and then today I believe that all of you must be using AI. Some of you must be exploring AI. Some of you must have actually experience before. But my idea today is to do some live examples and live coding with all of you and help you with some use cases on building applications with AI. Now this workshop is going to be about 45 minutes. So this is going to be a completely hands-on session with live use cases. So first of all, please take notes, okay? Because you might remember something now, forget something later. So please take notes. Number three, ask me questions. We have last 15 minutes dedicated for question answer, right? So please ask me questions by then. First of all, thank you so much for joining in and spending your time with me over here. I really appreciate that you basically coming over here and spending time. So thank you so much. So imagine a team. Today people are spending more than 80% of their time on strategic decisions rather than mundane tasks. This statement would have been a hyperbole. But today, this statement has become a reality where, if we really want, somebody can actually start using AI and start building applications, start building software, start building things, um, at a very, very fast pace. You see, everything around us is changing. You look at manufacturing. Earlier manufacturing was all manual. But today with robotics and AI coming in, that's changed. You look at people's shopping behavior. Today, people expect a a gold coin, a shadi ka lehenga coming in close to 10 minutes. And same with software. Today, we would expect with AI coming in, software to be delivered in a couple of hours, right? But we're far away from that right now, to be very honest. But at least we can, use AI effectively to accelerate our work. Number three, today everything around us is changing. The question is, are you changing with the world? Sorry. Today, we are living in a world where cars are driven by AI, movie recommendations are given by AI, and even investment decisions are made by AI. So the question is, why not our work? Why not what we do should also be changing with AI? This is why the way we code is also changing, right? Now, why should you consider AI? Because number one, AI can write codes almost 10x faster. Number two, forget about coding. You can also learn any language you're not aware of, also at a very fast pace. Number three, you can basically start automating all your mundane tasks. When we do all of these things, ultimately you can drive what we call as business goals, right? Now, what are our options today for coding? So there are three tools majorly that I use a lot. Okay, one is ChatGPT, obviously, that basically can do coding for you. Second is even Gemini can help you a lot. And most importantly, even a tool like Anthropic, which is like Claude, even they can also basically help you, with the same as well. Let me first show you, I'll show you a couple of demos and where they move along to kind of two things. This is one aspect. Second aspect basically of AI is where you can also use tools which are integrated with your Visual Studio. So you must be using some IDE right now, Visual Studio, or Jenkins or anything for that matter, right? You can also do coding through them within your IDE as well. Okay. And the next, okay, you can actually do a lot of things over here. The first, I can simply write codes, review codes, document it. I can also learn something new with it, and I can also basically solve a problem as well. So I'll show you one more use case of each right now to help you understand how we do it. Let's start practical right now. Let's actually get started with something which is live. Okay. Let's look at the first task for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some very basic coding first to kind of just go from basic to advanced over here. How many guys over here, by the way, are freshers who are just starting off coding right now? You haven't coded in the past, but you're doing coding. Give me a quick one on chat box. And you're a fresher in coding. Number two, how many guys over here are experienced who do not use AI at this point in time in coding? If you are one of those things, one of those people, give me a quick two on chat box. Okay, and you should use everyone so that we can also like see who you are. All right. And number three, how many guys over here actually today use AI in coding? You are proficient, prompt engineering, you use AI in coding. Give me a quick three on chat box. So one, if you're a fresher. Two, if you're somebody who's coding but not using AI. And number three, if you're somebody who's using AI already and who are you think you're good enough in using AI right now. Right. So this session is primarily for one and two people. People are three, maybe you can get some tips and tricks on how do I prompt it and how do I take it to the next level. Okay. But I can see a lot of you are number one, which is great. So we will actually keep that in mind while taking session. Let's
Max
do a
of
first
people
task.
have responded with one as a response.
Yeah, correct. So let's just go with the first task right now. Let's first write some basic codes using AI. Assume that I want to write a code and I want to use Python for that. And I want to simply, just make a calculator with Python. Let's look at those kind of things first. So first, I'm going to simply come to my ChatGPT. And I'm going to simply write a piece of prompt asking him to help me, make a simple calculator. And see, I'm going to use a tool called Colab. So Colab can actually help me execute the Python code right now, right? And I can run the Python code on the web. So I don't have to be dependent on my installation on my PC right now. And then later I'm also going to show you how do I use, Visual Studio and how do I make softwares with AI as well. Okay. I'm going to show you a live example over there as well. Okay. So then we also connect this. So just in case if you do not know Python, you can use Colab, and in Colab you can connect you can connect to a Google Cloud server, which will allow you to run Python on the cloud. Okay, and you can simply come to ChatGPT right now. Okay, I think ChatGPT is down. No worries. Let me use my native ChatGPT over here. Okay, looks like ChatGPT down today. No problem. So let's use something. Let's use Claude meanwhile, or let's use Gemini. Okay, Gemini will do the same thing as well. So I'm going to Gemini over here right now. And with Gemini, I'm going to simply ask it to help me with code. So I'm going to say, can you assist me with writing code for Python and making a basic calculator? Okay. So now, what will do? What will AI do? AI will simply write a full code for you. And let's simply copy this piece of code for now. Come back to our collab, paste it over here. Okay. And we can simply run this code. Once you run this particular code right now, it's simply asking you what's the enter a choice, whether you add, multiply, subtract, or divide. Let's choose subtract. It's going to ask me two numbers over here. I'm going to say my number. First number is 45, second number is 57, and then it's telling me the answer is 22, right? That's the next calculation. Yes or no? Let's say no. That's it. Our code will stop working. You see, we were able to make a simple calculator with Gemini very easily, right? That's the beauty about AI. So AI can help you with coding at an extremely fast pace, right? Which wasn't possible before, but it's possible today. Now, this is Python. But let's take for example, what if I can actually use AI to build my software very easily. Just give me a second. Okay.
So we can't hear you.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, so let's say for example now I would want to use AI for actually helping me with building a HTML app, a proper calculator like what you see in a digital calculator, like something like this, which you normally see in your PC, right? Now I have to make this. How do I do something like this over here? Okay, on the web. So yeah, second one thing come to my Gemini, and I can simply ask Gemini that okay, can you now assist me to make a digital calculator, a digital calculator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. It should have a good UX and UI. So you can simply just put a good prompt explaining in detail exactly how you want to do things. Okay. And once I've done this, I can simply come here, copy this script. Now, this is basically your HTML script first. This is CSS and this is JavaScript. So people do not know HTML, CSS. HTML is like a front end. Okay. Your CSS is for styling. And JavaScript basically is for the backend, calculation of it. Now, I can simply copy this piece of code, come to Visual Studio. Let me simply calculate it over here. Let me simply give a folder over here. Okay. And I can make a new folder. It's a new calc. Now, I can make the first file, which is index.html, index.html, paste it over here. Can you save it? Number one. Okay. Number two, I can simply go back to my Gemini, copy CSS, come back over here, say styles.css, paste again over here. Now, how do you know what is the file name over here? So, number one, your Gemini will tell you what the file names are. You see, style.css, index.html. I mean, it's not written, but index is by default style.css. So, simply come down and I'll simply rename this to style.css right now. And then I can also simply go and use JavaScript, script.js. Use script.js. Okay, paste it over here. Once I've done this, let me open this same folder in my PC. Let me open this HTML file. And now when I open this, I should probably get a digital calculator for myself. The UX here is not very great right now, unfortunately. But it doesn't have a plus button. So let me plus it with say 56 equal to 37. It is a good job, but the UX UI, not that great. Let's now go back to our Gemini and let's simply say that can you improve the UI and make it like a normal calculator? So once again, Gemini will work on it and it will simply put enhance your CSS code to make it look better, right? Let's copy this. Let's hope this time it actually works better. We come back to our CSS, paste it, save it over here, refresh it. So now it's becoming a little compact, but doesn't look like calculator anymore. No worries. So Gemini is a little sonky though. Let's probably see if ChatGPT started working. If not, then I'll probably use Claude. Okay. The good thing about Claude essentially is that Claude can actually develop this entire thing within the same IDE, without it. Okay, let me use Claude meanwhile because ChatGPT seems to be down today. Okay, no worries. So Claude is also a third alternative that you can use for doing a coding. Now, when you start using Claude essentially helps you to write a code within the same tool itself. Let me show you how. So you come to Claude.ai. You can simply say that, can you help me with making a digital calculator using a calculator which is which with a great UX and UI. Now, what Claude does, let's say even Claude is today down, it's working, yeah. Okay. So all the AI tools today are a little bit down. Let's do one more time. Okay. Let's say Claude is also down today. We have to, there's no other option but to use Gemini only as of now. Okay. Let's use Gemini in the meanwhile. So suppose your prompt doesn't really work the way you want to do it, no problem. You simply go back to the new chat window one more time, and again you kind of put a new prompt over here. So once again say, I would like to replicate. Okay. And actually one more tip over here. Let me just come back to my same thing. So what I can simply do right now is I can simply ask you to replicate. So I can simply take a screenshot of my calculator. Then I can simply paste it over here. And simply say, I want to build UI of my calculator, um, which looks like the attached image, looks like the attached image, attached image. Can you assist me with the same? And then once again, what will basically, a tool like Gemini do? It will rewrite the entire code for you. So now we'll simply copy this HTML code one more time. Come back to our Visual Studio. Paste it over here. Save it. Then come back to our CSS. Copy this thing. Paste it. Okay. Come down once again to our JavaScript. Copy this and paste it as well. Now, once you do these three things, let's see how does it really come out to be. Right click, put Explorer, double click, and this time it's even worse than before. Okay, no worries. Let's try one more time. So this is iterative, prompting. Let me just do one more time and say, can you make a simple HTML calculator which has functions like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Build it using HTML, CSS, and JS. Make the UI clean, and interactive. Okay. So typically, ChatGPT and Claude does much better job. Gemini sometimes a little swanky, but because ChatGPT is down, we can't really do much right now, unfortunately. Okay, let me just copy this one more time. Let's hope this time it actually works. Let me just remove this, paste it over here. Let me remove these files, but this time it kind of gave both of us the same file right now. And let me open this Explorer, open this one more time in Chrome. This time it's much better than the normal calculator. So now let's see if functionality is working. 98 multiplied by 36 is equal to whatever, 3528. So this functionality is also working very well for us right now. So now it's at least able to improve the UI for us than before. Okay. Now what we can do is we can also start, giving and helping, us to build this even better. So this is one thing that we can do with AI. Do very basic functionalities, do very basic coding, all that stuff. Second thing, what you can do with generative AI tools is we can also learn a new language. So let's assume that you're not aware about studying a certain language of yourself. Okay, and you are not familiar with any particular language that you want to learn for. Now, it's possible that you have skills in, say, JavaScript, but you don't have skills, say, for example, in .NET. But you don't have skills in Python, for example. Now, earlier we used to struggle finding resources. You can go to 100 YouTube videos and find things over here. But today with I can create a very structured lesson plan, and I can also like learn a new language from scratch over here as well. Let me show you how do I basically, how can I essentially learn any language of my choice with AI with absolute ease. Okay, let's do that. So I can simply now come down to my Gemini one more time, and I can simply say that I would like you, I would like you to help me learn Python step by step. I need your guidance. Consider I'm a fresher and I do not know anything about Python. Give me a training outline and assist me with lesson plans which I can practice. Okay, that's it. So once you simply put this together, okay, what AI can do is AI can actually put down an entire lesson plan for you. So this is a fantastic way of gaining new skills. If you're somebody like who actually is like learning new language, then you can actually start with AI as well. Then I tells you about what's the language, basic syntaxes, contextual flows, data structures. Usually like the first lesson plan over here. Once it gives lesson plan to you, then you can ask him step by step and say, now let's start with exercise number one. And then starts giving you the exercise number one. First, you write a Python program to calculate area of circle. So get solution over here and also explains the entire concept to you very, very easily. This is one thing that AI can do extremely well is to actually help you and assist you with, how to code and how do you learn a new language very easily. These are all uh, LLM based, applications to help you with code. But let's take for example now you're a little concerned about security or you're a little concerned about, aspects like okay, this is fine, this is great, but then what about, what if when I'm doing a coding, can AI assist me with that? Well, definitely can do that as well. And for that, you can have to use a software like a GitHub Copilot or a Tab9. Let me show you how does one of the tools like Tab9 really work. Okay, so this is a tool called Tab9, which you can use. Tab9 is basically a AI-assisted coding platform, which will actually help you to, code while you're writing codes from naturally using AI. And you can simply make an ID password over here of absolutely free. And this is for 30 days initially. And while you're working with the ID, you can start using this within your ID itself. So just to give you a perspective, when you use a Visual Studio Code over here, you can also install a Tab 9 like softwares within them as well. So simply come down over here, go to your extensions, and just type over here Tab 9. Now, when you have Tab 9 over here, click on Tab 9, and you can simply install this Tab 9 over here. Okay, once you installed it, then they basically give you something called as Tab9 AI. Now, this is basically simply put, an AI chat feature. And when you do coding, it can simply do live coding for you and help you with any particular task of your choice. So let's simply make an ID password over here first. The best in the market today actually is GitHub Copilot. So in case if you are somebody who is looking for enterprise grade security, I would highly recommend you should use GitHub Copilot. And Tableau is an alternative for that. By the way, the backend, they all work on GPT only. They all work on, GPTs of the world, and they all basically assist you with similar tasks. But good thing about these tools are they actually help you to write codes. I mean, they assist you with ghost code while writing codes in real time. Okay. Now this done, we have to go back to ID. Okay. Now they also have like a chat feature over here along with things over here. And you can see they also use like some Claude Sonnet. They also use one of these LLMs, and they are using Claude Sonnet right now. And you can also switch this to GPT-4 or Mistral, any of the LLMs right now. Let's choose Claude Sonnet only for now. Okay. Let's start a new folder. Let's try to like make a simple app which is like a DMI right now for us. Okay. Okay. Let's come back over here. Let's come back to tab 9. Let's simply ask tab 9 that, can you help me create a BMI calculator using HTML, CSS, and JS? Now, in this case, tab 9 will basically, start coding for you automatically. It's done. Now, let's simply come back to our folders. Let's first make 3 folders. Let's make index.html, script.js, and style.css. Okay. And let's simply come back to our index.html again. Let's go to tab 9 one more time over here. And what we can do right now is we can simply push this entire piece of code. You see, there are small buttons over here. I can simply insert this, piece of code over here directly to my IDE and I can save it. This is my first file, index.html. Second file basically is style.css. Go to style.css right now. Come down over here. I can simply push this code over here, save it over here. Finally, my script.js is over here. I can simply put this file over here as well and save it over here too. Once I've done these 3 things, after reading this thing because it's styles.css over here, so if you keep in mind the small things, guys. Sometimes the file name will be style.css and you may name it style.css. Either you change it in the file name or you change it in the HTML, file, you just can get style.css over here. Okay, so just keep these basic things in mind, otherwise your code will not work at times. So let's just put a style.css. Okay, save it, save it. Let's open this thing onto our folders. And now we got our simple BMI calculator. So if I put my height and say 178 centimeters, my weight is say 65 kg, calculate BMI, it'll let me 20.8, it's category normal weight. So you can make these small applications with AI assisted coding extremely fast. And that's the beauty about, using IDEs that actually, you can simply put an ID and you can get things done very easily. Okay, pretty cool, everybody. Yeah, give me a quick cool fun. Be super cool so far. Okay, let's now go next. Let's try something, a little more complicated right now. So we've seen basic apps. What about making some more complex applications? So now let me now try to make what we call is a to-do list with AI. Okay. So maybe like a task generator app with AI. So let's do that. This time I'm going to say, now suppose sometimes you do not know what language to use. Now this time I knew what I wanted, but sometimes you do not know what language you want to use. Then what do you do? Then how you do it? Right. In that scenario, what I can simply do is I can maybe make a new folder in that to-do list. And let's not give anything for now. Let's simply say to tab 9 that can you assist me in creating a task manager application? Something similar to um, any.do. How can I make an app like that? So now what AI will do is it will simply tell you that what do you need for this. So it's saying that you need a couple of things. User authentication, task list, task creation, task details. So it requires all CRUD operations basically, right? Search functionality, user interface, and then it's going to guide you step by step that how do you create a basic React Native project structure. Okay, so it's not telling you how to create the data structure of this thing. How do you basically make your app.js file, and then you have to create your home screen component, and then basically you have to start creating, your add task screen. Then you have to start creating your task detail screen, right? So it kind of assists you with everything step by step, right from basic to advanced, on how things can actually help you to build an app very, very quickly, right? Now, I don't have React on my PC. So let me just use simple HTML to show this to you. Okay. And I'm going to assist you with helping you understand how do I make a simple HTML application, okay, like this quickly. And I'm going to improve my UX UI gradually from basic to advanced. Let's see how do we do that. So once again, come to my tab 9. I'm going to say, now I wish to create a basic to-do list app using HTML, CSS, and JS. Can you assist me with that? Okay. Okay, I think I've reached my daily limit, unfortunately. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make is to do it very fast. You can just try it out in your free, in a free time. Because tab 9 has now kept like a tab. Let me just see if I can bypass this. Let me use GPT-4o mini. Okay. Two legal terms. Confirm. Confirm. Okay, let me say, can you help me with HTML, CSS, and JS and help me build a to-do list app? Okay. So now give me HTML structure first. The structure first. Then assist me with app.js, which is basically a functionality thing for me right now. Let me just take these three files for now. Let me just come back to my folder. Let me now this time make index.html, styles.cs, and app.js. Because they basically wanted these three files. I'm going to come back to my tab 9, put things over here, push it over here. First file, style.css. Second file, my app.js is my third file. Okay. Once I'm done with all these three things, by the way, then I can simply come down. Let me open this thing in my Explorer. Let me open this thing once again to my, into my Chrome. And you see, I simply say hi, add it over here. I can simply say, task one, add it over here, and delete the task as well. The UI is not that great though. Just try to improve the UI if possible. We'll come back again to our app, to our tab 9. We'll simply say, can you make the UI look more professional? This is where you have to iterate, right? So once you've got a basic app right, then you can simply give further prompts to make it better and better. And suppose you've got some reference, suppose you've got some reference of any.do or some third-party apps, you can even ask it to assist you with the same as well. Okay. And if I had my paid chat GPT, it's not working right now, but if I had that, I could also capture a screenshot and told him how do I want my app to actually be. Let's see now if it really improved or not. Let's save this, come back to our file, refresh this, and now it's improved a lot. Say hi. Yeah, this is still better looking, but the button's a little odd. Let me just simply come back. Let me say the delete button is, it's taking the whole screen. Can we just, minimize that on extreme right and make it look more professional? Okay, so we will limit right now. But if I would have Well, if I wanted, I could have also like done that as well. Let me see if ChatGPT works. And I can also put this code on ChatGPT right now and I can improve it further. Let me just assist you with that. Just give me 1 second. Wait. Because unfortunately today, all the apps, Claude, ChatGPT, all are down session, which is actually pretty sad. Let's try with, okay, let's try with Claude this time. Okay. So please, we come to Claude, we simply say that, can you assist me with making a UI for a to-do list app? Now, good thing about Claude, unlike other apps, is that Claude will write the entire code for you. Not only write the code, it will also execute the code for you in real time. So it does both. It's not just about an app which just simply writes it, but see, it also executes it for you as well in the meanwhile. Okay. And task one, task two, task three, right? And you can simply then delete it as well. See? So you're able to make very quick, easy applications, extremely fast within Claude, which you don't find in other applications right now, which is a very cool feature about Claude. So in case you want, if you ask my opinion, I think the best software among all is basically Claude into software engineering. Second best, according to me, is ChatGPT. Gemini is good, but I think it can improve a lot. And there are some other special, tools like say DeepSeek Coder and all, which are also great. But from IDE perspective, you can use cursor.ai, you can use Tab9. So these are a couple of apps that one can actually use and again simply put together over there. Now, one other thing that you can also do is, this is a very basic task you can do, but you can also like make something very complex as well. Now, to give an example to you, let's assume that I'm building a mobile app, and I want to say, for example, build a simple, yoga-based application. So I can also, use those kind of things as well with Claude. I'm not reaching my limit for today. Just give me 1 second. Wait. Okay, here it is. Let me just put my name. Okay. So now I can simply come to Claude. I can simply say, I want to build a UI for my yoga application. I want to build a functional application which can help people learn yoga. Can you assist me in that and help me build one? Yeah. So they use something called the artifact, which is basically their functionality of their way of writing a code. And mostly Claude does everything on React only, and it'll actually help you to build simple UI, simple UX, functional applications, and you can also then take the code from here, use it, publish it. You can actually put my own image, and you can see it simply builds a simple app right now. It's basically a simple app. I have to just also ensure that I have to you know um, paste the image, but if you press the play button, it will also keep on going to the next screen automatically. So that's a good thing about Claude. So explore between these three things, between Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT, and you can actually do that for yourself. So this is what I had from a software engineering perspective. Now, second thing, what you can also do is you can also ensure that, let's say, for example, you have um, a piece of code which is not working for you, or which is got some error, right? Then you can also use this tool to debug those as well. So I can simply come back to my Claude and simply say something like this, that give a piece of code, copy it, come down over here. I can say, you know, you say, I have a, I am building an app of to-do list. I would like to improve its UI and have the delete button on extreme right. Can you assist me with it? Below is my existing code, right? You paste the code with the bottom, press enter, and once you do that, then Claude will try to fix it for you, right? And tell you, okay, what to move it to an extreme right and improve your UI. It'll actually help you to modify the code automatically and give you the new piece of code over there. So you can even do software debugging as well with it, and you can actually ensure that you have done the same for yourself as well. So this is actually, something that one can easily do with any AI tool, right? So you can debug your tools, you can debug your software, you can make your make your task look much better, and you can also basically ensure that you are simply using it to the most effectiveness to improve your coding skills. So you can learn new codes, build simple applications, debug your code as well, and do ghost coding as well. Okay. So now what I can do is I can do some question answers with all of you. Okay. We do some live question answers. Last 15 minutes left. And in case you have any questions to ask, more than happy to help you out.
We have some questions in Q&A section also, so
Okay. So here's the first question coming in. How will I earn using AI in required skills? So Mohammed, see, AI is just a tool. Not many people are skilled enough to use this tool, unfortunately. So your job is to start learning AI and start giving services to people. For example, if you can help people to fix their codes, for example, or you can, use AI to build simple application for yourself, right? So you have to start finding a product along with it. And when you find a product, that's where you can start building a USP. Alone, AI alone will not actually help you, but you have to, you know, use it to build a product around it. That's what the main aim is. How we can debug using AI and error encountered in cloud. So same thing I just told you, right? It's all prompt engineering good then. Okay. Is it possible to use real-time application by asking Tab9 chatbox to write a code for shopping carts such as applications such as Amazon, e-commerce? Yeah, you can do that easily. Yeah. Is it possible to create the whole ChatGPT like app using Sendbird APIs? So Sendbird is using a ChatGPT API. You can replicate it. You can take an API of ChatGPT and you can actually use something called as ChatGPT to write a code for you. Then you can do it. But you require what we call is a API of ChatGPT. Okay. Okay. So why can't it GPU or CPU not well? No, it doesn't matter. CPU, GPU both are fine. I use this default mode itself. Shashank is asking me, Claude was a ChatGPT 4 only. See, according to me, they both are almost equal. For software coding, I find Claude better than ChatGPT. And ChatGPT 1.0 is better than Claude in terms of making complex applications right now. Okay. Are these AI tools free that we can install? They're freemium, half free, half paid, but even they have to make money. Okay. How can we use database management using AI? So see, database management basically, if somebody is using SQL, for example, right? So AI can assist you to write codes and write functions to use database management better. That's what you can use for AI right now. Okay. Can we have online Visual Studio? No, you need to have download Visual Studio. You can have online Visual Studio by GitHub. So GitHub has a code space. You can get a Visual Studio online version as well, but that's limited. It's not completely free. Okay. Do you think AI will take away job with developers as well? Not really, Wahida. So I think that it will assist developers. I mean, it'll just remove the mundane developers out. But if you have knowledge, then sometimes AI will act a little funky. It doesn't really do a good job in that, to be very honest. So that time you need human intelligence. I don't think anything without human intelligence can actually work. So is human intelligence always better as compared to anything else? So Shashank is asking me, what ID should we use? Visual Studio is my favorite. I prefer that. Okay. Is it possible to integrate AI with MS Excel and Word? So it's already there. And in fact, we can use something called Microsoft Copilot. With Copilot, you can actually integrate AI to Excel and Word automatically. Okay. For freelancing, which AI tool do you suggest? ChatGPT. Okay. Is there any good tool for code review? GitHub Copilot is very good, but it was paid until some time. I've heard it's become free now. I haven't used the free version yet. I used to use the paid version earlier. It's pretty good. Okay, how do you use AI tools in video? So for video production, you can use something called as V.io. That's a very good tool, which will assist you, with it as well. Okay, can we solve problems in codes by using AI? I didn't get the question. Can you rephrase the question a little better? So what do you mean by solving problems in codes? You mean debugging, right? If debugging, yes, you can do that very easily. Okay.
During the session, Vivek Singh Kushwaha has asked, how can we ensure that the code is secured and has no vulnerability? Do I need to specify the same in prompt?
So technically, if you process, okay, but then ideally, this is where your human intelligence comes in, right? So you will have to ensure that AI can assist you to some extent, but it's not foolproof method to be very honest. Okay, you have to basically ensure that you actually do it at your end. But yes, if you can simply put a prompt, then it can actually help you with it. Yeah.
So we have another question from the audience in Q&A tab. How much productivity increase is seen in developers using AI tools?
But always said that they're able to code 50% more faster than before. All right. And yeah, I mean, it's a good assistant for you, but then don't really get heavily relied on it, I would say. Always have that thing that you always have to use your judgment call with the code, because AI can write good codes, but AI should also be able to help you, with the same as well, eventually. I mean,
We have another question from Bablu. He's asking, can AI help in digital marketing and SEO? Any example?
yeah, I can do that definitely. So what you can simply do is, when you start using digital marketing through prompt engineering, you can simply give existing pages and ask you to write like better than you, better than like what's written over there. Also, from social media perspective, it can make images for you, it can make text for you, it can make designs for you. So today, generative AI is divided into four buckets: text to text, text to video, text to voice, text to image. Right? I would say an image, it's still learning. It can make good people images for sure, but it cannot really but then it's becoming better and better with time. I can give an example to you if you want. Let me just show one example to you right now.
Awesome.
Just give me a second. Okay, here we go. So look at both these images in front of you. By the way, both the images in front of you, by the way, are generated by AI. Okay? And so is these two images as well. Proof is my name on the image, right? So typically, if you see, AI can actually help you, to generate such realistic images. Now, through prompt engineering, you can also ensure that you are able to write good content. You're able to write good SEO content, blogs, articles, all of those things as well. Yeah. But today you can generate things like this using AI very easily.
Vivek is asking, can I build custom LLMs using AI tools like GPT or Gemini?
No, you can't do that, because what happens is, first of all, their policy restricts you to make another AI app. Okay. You can make a software which can call an API of LLMs, but you can't make an LLM using an LLM. For that, you need to do it on your own. And if you use it, it can become a policy violation for you, and you might also get in legal trouble. So, not really.
Susindra Natarajan has been asking, how can AI be helpful for software QA professionals? What's the tool you suggest for the QAs for testing?
To be very honest, I'm not much of a QA tester, so I'm able to answer that. But I can just tell you that you can make test scenarios using AI. You can simply get guidance with it. But I think there are plenty of QA tools, but I'm not aware of that because I'm not a QA guy, to be very honest. So I'll be unable to give you guidance on that right now. But you can research and come back to you on that.
Uh, Agnil Waghela has asked a long question.
Yeah.
Sendbird provides APIs to create a chat-like app, but I would like to use Sendbird to interact with some AI model and provide an answer back to a question asked in chat. So I was thinking of building a ChatGPT like app which will use Sendbird APIs for the chat experience while answering questions of the user by internally fetching the answers by hitting an AI model.
To be very honest, Agnel, Sendbird is just ChatGPT 4 Omni for making a chatbot. Rather than Sendbird is using the API of, rather than Sendbird and asking and using their API, you can directly use an API of ChatGPT and build a small app for yourself. So you can use an API of ChatGPT and you can use AI to help you with the UI, integrate both of them together, and you can build a ChatGPT clone for yourself. You don't have to do all of these things, which you're trying to do right now. Okay, that's not the right approach, according to me. Yeah.
So, Rajat has asked, can we use AI in data visualization, machine learning, and
So yeah,
Power BI?
you can use for data visualization for sure. You require a paid ChatGPT for that. Free one cannot do that for you right now. Power BI, you cannot use AI right now. Power BI has a Copilot feature which can do that, and Power BI already has a Power BI Q&A, which is AI feature within Power BI to make charts and graphs, right? So you rather use that, according to me.
Brahmashri has asked, how can we start learning Gen AI and LLM from scratch?
YouTube, that's the best way. And doing that, and also I'm coming up with my own book. It's coming after 2 months. Maybe you can take my book as well. All right. Okay.
That's all the question we had from our audience. Audience, we request you to put your questions. We can take 2, 3 questions more. We have 8 minutes window. Okay. Mohammed has asked something in chat, I think. Yeah. Suggest for educational learning areas in AI for accounting and finance professionals.
So see, I think what you need right now is something called as prompt engineering skills, Mohammed. It doesn't matter which field you belong to, whether you're from finance, whether you're from marketing, whether you're from sales, right? See, finance accounting may what do you normally use AI for? You normally use AI for something like couple of things. Number one, I'll use AI especially for things like reconciliation, GST reconciliations, helping me with financial ratios, for example. Correct. So you can do all of these things today with ChatGPT. You just have to give your data and you have to ask AI to help you with those functions automatically. Now, the biggest problem that comes is data security. Right? People are scared or concerned about data security, to be very honest, and that's where their biggest issue actually happens. So you have to just keep that basic thing in mind, and that's why a lot of accounting professionals are scared using AI. But even ICAI, for example, has built their own chatbots where they've actually put their own custom document at the back end and they build their own GPTs on the web as well. So maybe you can you can explore that to start off with, and then you can use ChatGPT for doing all those things right now. Okay.
Mehul has asked, is it good idea to create LLM and AI in Node.js?
Yeah, you can do that. Doesn't matter what backend you're using, Node.js or Python, but Python is more stable. Node.js, if you're using a application in the JS environment, then Node.js is good. You can do that. I don't think that's a very big issue, to be very honest.
Great, sir. So that's all the question we had from our audience. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us today. Your insights and generative AI and its informative potential in coding workflows were truly inspiring. The practical examples and actionable strategies you shared with undoubtedly encourage many to explore and integrate AI into their development processes.
So,
To our audience, thank you for joining us for this insightful session. We hope you found it valuable and applicable to your journey in mastering AI driven coding solutions. Stay tuned for such more sessions by experts like Mr. Motwani, where we bring industry leaders to share their expertise and help you grow professionally. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much, sir.